Hey everyone, in this video we are going to test our Node app using Jest, which is a delightful JavaScript testing framework with a focus on simplicity and speed. Jest works with projects using many frameworks, in which we are today working on Node.js. It's a very flexible framework and widely used in production setups. To test it, we will use Supertest, which is a library that lets us make simulated HTTP requests inside our test. The great part is we don't need to actually start the server. Supertest can talk directly to our app in memory. In this project, we are working from scratch in the Node test folder. Open a terminal and type npm init-y to create a package.json file. After that, npm install express nodemon. This will install express and nodemon packages. And then we will create index.js file. This will contain our backend app. So import express using const express equals to require express. Then create an app using express function app.get at home route hello world, and then create another, let's suppose app.get /users, which will just return 2 users as output. Let's suppose result.json id1 Jane Doe. Let's change this id to Mary Jane. Okay, then export this app using export default app. Now we will create another file called server.js. This will be the main file to run our actual server. So it just imports the app and listens it on a port. We specified, let's suppose 3000. So it is listening on port this. Now we will install our required test libraries. In the Supertest window in npm, you can see this command to install Supertest. You just need to add Jest inside of it as well. --save dev is for saving the dependency in development mode only. Npm install --save -dev supertest and then Jest. Note one thing, that when you are installing a library, do not edit anything on package.json. This will create conflict. Wait for the file to be installed. Okay, now we can work on package.json. As you can see, the 2 dependencies installed. Now after test, write jest, which will run the test file, then a start command to start the server, and a dev for nodemon server.js. Let's test if the server is working. npm run dev. Okay, some error. It is related to common.js. Okay, open your package.json. After main, you have to define the type. By default it is common.js. Let me define it common.js. Okay, now the import type you use like const app equals to require. This is common.js format, so we need to change it in server.js. Const app equals to require /index.js. Okay, now it should be fine. Okay, the export default type is wrong, as this is module format. Just type module.exports equals to app. Now it is working fine. Let's check if the get request is sending output. Okay, as you can see, hello world, which means our get request at home route is working fine. I'll introduce a little bit about Jest structures. So it uses describe and it. Describe is used to group related tests together. Inside describe blocks, we write individual test cases using it. Each it describes a single expectation, like it should return hello world or it should return a list of users. Now we will create our test for this application. The standard to write test name is index.test.js, where index is the file name and test specifies that we are writing test in this file. Okay, now import request from Supertest. This will use to send request, and then app. After that, describe to create a get request at home root. It should return hello world, and what we expect is 200 and hello world. Then create another request for the user. Describe get / users. It should return the list of users. As you can see, the request at / users, and then the list was Jane Doe and Mary Jane. You can use to equal for a strict or deep equality. Now let's close the bracket. Okay, we are done with the test. Now open a new terminal. To test the file, type npm test to run the test, and npm test. As you can see, one test suite and 2 tests passed, which mean our test is working fine. As here you can read, should return hello world and should return a list of users. Now we can go and change the list. Let's suppose we change the name Mary Jane to Mary Main to verify if it catches the errors. So go back and type npm test again, npm test. Okay, as you can see, the name Mary Jane is from request and the matcher is Mary Main. Because of that, it raised an error. So to summarize, Jest runs and organizes the test. Supertest makes it possible to test endpoints without starting a live server. Describe groups tests make them readable. It defines each individual test case, and expect is how we assert the results we want from our API. We have already explored front-end testing with React, which you can watch in this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.